As long as you can see the small print. Yes, I can. I do not hear that. Yeah, it's just in preview. When you've got the phone in preview, you're going to hear the station in one ear and the phone in the other. So we should be good to go on time here. No, just one game. You got lucky. Because you're an adult? I said because you're an adult? Oh. Your microphone? No, I don't think so. I think all I hear is what's on the air when you turn on the phone pot, and since nothing, since I don't feed back to myself on the air, then it does. Then I don't hear anything besides me. So, or I don't hear anything. I don't think so. Unless you were to turn on your microphone and put it in program 4. I don't think y'all hear it when it's on. I don't think I'll hear it when you've got it turned off. Yeah. You making fun of my station, Dale? Sounds good. Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome into today's broadcast here on CBS Sports Radio 1490, the score of Roseburg Indians baseball. It's a beautiful day for a high school baseball game here from Legion Field in Roseburg, Oregon. A few puffy clouds dotting the sky, but other than that, we've got plenty of sunshine coming down on us here as we get to this evening's contest between the Indians and the Black Tornado. A Southwest Conference showdown as the Roseburg Indians, coming in with their 10-3 overall record, take on the North Medford Black Tornado, who come in 8-6 overall this season. Welcome into the broadcast. Joey Keyran here with you this evening as we bring you Roseburg baseball here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. Hopefully this evening finds you well as we get ready for tonight's contest. It's a Wednesday night, at least that's what I'm thinking. The schedule continues to get a little bit discombobulated with the fact that Mother Nature just doesn't seem to be a baseball fan. Make it a spring sports fan altogether. Mother Nature really seems to have other ideas on what we should be doing this time of year. So today's game is a postponement. The Roseburg Indians and North Medford Black Tornado were scheduled to play their single contest yesterday here at Legion Field, but according to head coach Troy Thompson, the field just a little bit too sloppy. They had the opportunity to be able to do it, but they decided that it probably would work out all right if they were able to push things back 24 hours, and that's what they do. They schedule things today as the Indians and the Black Tornado will square off for a 7-inning contest here at Legion Field. They're getting the field all finally prepped and ready to go, and we will continue to do the same for you here during the Dr. Kobernick Family Dental pregame show. They go out of their way to make your experience warm, comfortable, and friendly. Call Dr. Kobernick today at 673-6525 or stop by at 1600 Northwest Hewwood in Roseburg. Coming up in the pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson, and we'll talk plenty more about today's matchup between the Indians and the Tornado. Want to remind everybody, today's contest is streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Watch Roseburg Indian baseball all throughout the season. At least that is the plan. Sometimes technical difficulties prove to be a little bit more than what we can seem to put together. But nonetheless, today we do seem to have everything up and running for you there at 541radio.com. So tune in and catch today's game streaming live for free at 541radio.com. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson, so don't go anywhere. More of the Dr. Kobernick Family Dental pregame show coming up as we take this 2-minute break on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer, and you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Back here with more of our Dr. Kobernick Family Dental pregame show on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score and streaming with video online at 541radio.com. It's time now here in the pregame show for our Fisher's Hearth and Home pregame coaches interview. Serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. That's Fisher's Hearth and Home. Joining us now is head coach Troy Thompson. Coach, nice little winning streak the team's put together, 3 straight. Last time out, getting a doubleheader sweep against Willamette. Feels like it's been ages ago now as we waiting for this today's game to finally get on the schedule for sure. But a nice couple of wins against Willamette as the team kind of bounces back from the losses against South Medford with 3 straight wins against Sheldon and Willamette. Kind of a nice stretch for you guys. How do you feel like the team, some of the things you guys are doing well right now that's helping lead to these victories?
Well, they responded well after last Monday, 2 Mondays ago down at South Medford, where we got very, very much humbled and challenged, really. And they've taken that challenge the last 3 games up at Sheldon and then the 2 here Saturday and done a great job with it. And hopefully we can continue that today. But a good club here today in North Medford, so it's always going to be a challenge when you get a chance to get on the field with them. But, you know, nothing's really changed as far as our approach here these last three games. Try to maintain our aggressiveness at the plate, and once again trying to come up with hits with runners on base. That seems to be something we talk about a lot and we work on a lot, and on Saturday we were able to do that a few times, but still while leaving a number of runners on base in both those games. But we've gotten better, and the kids have done a good job since last Monday of, you know, concentrating on those things and trying to make sure that we're in a good spot anywhere in the lineup to make sure we get base runners and have a chance to get someone at the plate that's going to put a ball in play somewhere hard and a chance to score, obviously.
You guys, we're well into the season now, just about to wrap up, seeing the last team in conference play for the first time, and numbers are kind of about where you expect. That they're legit numbers. They're not early season where guys only gotten a few at bats, things like that. And the numbers are quite a bit better than what we saw towards the end of last year at the plate offensively. What do you kind of attribute offensive increase of production for you guys this year versus last year? A lot of the same guys kind of in the lineup, but some new faces in there as well that have been doing well. I mean, are guys maybe figuring things out, taking a different approach? Have you guys preached?
It's easy to spot people who participate.
I don't know if we've taught or tried to coach anything differently, but it kind of depends on the day, kind of depends on the week, the season, and the year, and all those things. But, when you play young and have some guys that will come back, as a sophomore, come back as a junior as a senior. There's a lot of growth that goes on during that time, physically, mentally, for those kids. So when they get a chance to come back for their spring season here in baseball, sometimes you'll see some improvement just because they're bigger and stronger and faster and all those things, and in turn probably more confident. And that's probably one thing that this group has done a good job with. They know they put in the time and the effort to be successful at the plate, so it's nice to see some of that paying off in a game where sometimes it's hard to get the payoff in baseball, but these guys have done a good job of staying with it and continuing their work not only during baseball season but in their other sports too, with football or wrestling or basketball, whatever the case may be. And then we get them in the spring, and hopefully they've had another several months in the weight room and doing all those things. They've done a good job with that. So I don't know. There is no secret. There is no magic formula or any of that. A lot of hard work by the kids.
As you guys get ready today, taking on North Medford, team right behind you there in the standings, and a program that throughout the years has had a lot of success, and they've got a head coach and Brett Wolf over there that's been doing it for the Black Tornado for a long time. So you're going up against a guy that can put together a team that can get victories. Maybe they've had some issues. They're coming off of their doubleheader against South Medford that can humble a team very well. As you guys get ready for them, what kind of things do you expect out of this North Medford team here today?
Oh, same as always. They'll be very fundamentally sound, and they'll have a guy on the mound that will throw an abundance of strikes, and then offensively they'll be very aggressive at the plate. They'll push runners across when they can in the short game. They're not afraid to take chances on the bases and do those things. Kind of more the same with Coach Wolf. Like you said, he's been there a long time and been very successful in his time there, and this year is no different. They played very well at times, and last week against South Medford in their doubleheader, they struggled with some uncharacteristic errors that happened during that doubleheader, and we can relate to that. We had the same thing happen against South Medford as well. So South has the ability to do that against most teams, and they've done it in our league certainly up to this point.
Well, that is head coach Troy Thompson here as we wrap up our Dr. Kobernick Family Dental pregame show with our Fisher's Hearth and Home pregame coaches interview. Again, Fisher's Hearth and Home serving the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Well, we get ready for first pitch on the mound. We will go ahead and run through your Supercut starting lineup here for North Medford as we get things off and rolling. It'll be Quentin Rummery to lead things off against Jay Stoffel on the mound for the Roseburg Indians. Comes in with a 3-0 record and a 0.8 ERA. First pitch of the at-bat is in for a strike, and we are underway in today's ball game. So the Roseburg Indians taking on North Medford. Joey Kieran here with you, and we welcome you into today's ball game. Second pitch just misses off the plate for Rummery. He'll have a 1-1 count as we get things off and rolling. Again, we'll take a look at your Supercut starting lineup for the Black Tornado here in just a moment. As a pitch high, we'll go to a 2-1 count. Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. 2-1 pitch here from Stoffel to Rummery. He'll swing at that one and fouls it away. It'll go to a 2-2 count. Quentin Rummery, the shortstop, leading things off, followed by Brandon King, the pitcher, hitting second. Ryan Sandoval's the third hitter, due up here in the first inning, playing in left field. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt for a full count now to the leadoff man. The cleanup hitter is John O'Gassman playing in center field. Brady Buchanan, the DH, will hit fifth. Joshua Robbins, the catcher, hitting sixth as the 3-2 pitch comes for Stoffel. Fastball over the plate is taken into center field, and it'll be a leadoff base knock for Quentin Rummery. They get him on at first. Ground ball right through the middle of the infield. Out to Garrett Russell in center, and Rummery on to lead things off for the Black Tornado. Brandon King will step in next. Taking a look at the bottom third as we wrap up your Supercut starting lineup. Trevor Carrillo is the 7-hitter playing at first base. Zach Collins at third base hitting eighth, and Ryan Klauk, the second baseman, batting at ninth. The DH being utilized for the right fielder, Nick Samudio. Man on, nobody out. Jay Stoffel on the mound. The righty out of the stretch will fire. First pitch is fouled back for strike one as he faces off against Brandon King, the pitcher for North Medford today. Stoffel this season, mentioned a 3-0 record, 0.8 ERA, 17 in the third innings pitch. He's got 21 strikeouts and just 5 walks issued. So he has had a nice start to his season, just a sophomore, as he becomes the third arm for the Roseburg Indians on the mound as a starter. And Roseburg's really relied on their starters quite a bit this season. Haven't used a lot of pin guys throughout the year. 0-1 pitch coming up. Jammed him again. This one popped up on the infield right side for King. Second baseman Caden Johnson underneath it for out number one. One away with a man on at first. And up next,
next batter, the left fielder, number 8, Ryan Sandoval.
Will be the 3-hitter Ryan Sandoval, the left fielder. One on, one out. 3-hitter Sandoval, a righty, stands in at the plate. Runner going, swing and a miss. Throw down to second is going to be high. Picked up by Cody Johnson, the shortstop, able to get to it on the second base side of the bag. Out at the plate, you've got Ryan Sandoval. He swung at that pitch to try and help protect the runner a little bit, get in the way of the catcher, Terrell Jacks. And Jacks, I think that affected his throw just a little bit as he launched it high down to second base. So man now in scoring position with one out. At the plate, an 0-1 count. Sandoval will watch a breaking ball go by for strike two. So an 0-2 count for Ryan Sandoval. We'll look around the diamond here in the top of the first. Get you the defensive alignment for the Roseburg Indians. Our look around the diamond brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union. After this 0-2 delivery, going to try and steal third. The runner swings, strike him out, throw him out. No. In safely goes Rummery. He is a speedy base runner. He's stolen 2 bases so far, but a strikeout at the plate on the swing and a miss. Sandoval goes down with the punch out. 2 away, and John O'Gassman will stand in with a runner 90 feet from home. But now only 1 out left to work with in this first inning for the Black Tornado. First pitch, a swing and a miss for strike one for Gassman. Gassman playing in center field, batting cleanup. Behind the plate, Terrell Jacks catching for the Indians today. Out at third, a long lead for Rummery, and he'll get driven in as it's a single to left field. Gassman will take a hard turn, but he stays at the bag, and it's a 1-0 lead early on for North Medford. And aggressive base running pays off for him. As Gassman will pick up the RBI, makes it a 1-0 lead for North Medford in the top of the first inning. 2 out, man on at first. That's a line drive shot just down that left field line there for Gassman. Gillespie out and left getting to it. Left-handed hitter, Brady Buchanan, the DH, will stand in. 5-hitter, man on at first. 1-0 lead with 2 outs here in the top of the first. First pitch low and outside for ball 1. So looking around the diamond the rest of the way, out at first base, Jonathan Stone. Caden Johnson at second. Cody Johnson at short and Zach Mandera at third. In the outfield from left to right, Doran Gillespie, Garrett Russell, and Jet Black. And that is your look around the diamond, brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union. Swing and a miss at the plate, throw down to second. The runner will get in. That is the third stolen base so far here in the first inning. And when head coach Troy Thompson mentioned in the pregame that North Medford is going to be aggressive on the base paths, I didn't envision anything like this. They have 3 stolen bases already. And we're not even through the top of the first. 1-1 count at the plate for Buchanan. The nice thing that's been developing from all these stolen bases is that the hitters keep swinging after the pitches to protect the runner. Make it more difficult for the catcher to throw to the base. Strike called. Makes it a 1-2 count for Buchanan, and the lefty will stand back in. 2 strikes against him. 2 out here in the top of the first. Already a 1-0 lead for North Medford. Jay Stoffel's pitch, trying to get out of the first, outside for ball 2. So it'll go to a 2-2 count. Stoffel trying to get a final punch out. Already 1 strikeout so far in the first inning. The righty versus lefty matchup. The 2-2 fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the first inning. Been a eventful first inning so far. Waiting on deck, the catcher Joshua Robbins. Stoffel looking for that payoff pitch. Lifted towards center field on the run. Garrett Russell not going to get there. Another run going to come in for North. Throw to second, might have a chance. Throws off line. In standing up will go Brady Buchanan. A 2-out, 2-strike double to left center. And Jay Stoffel, who had not given up, he had an ERA under 1 coming into the game, and he's given up 2 runs so far here in the first. Roseburg finds themselves trailing 2-0 against North Medford. Buchanan will trade places with Gassman out at second. 2-0 your score. And the 6-hitter, Joshua Robbins, will stand in. First pitch swinging for strike 1. Garrett Russell out there in center did everything he could to try and get to that one, but it just kept carrying away from him to his right. As a strike will make it an 0-2 count. Another one. 0-2 against Robbins, the catcher. Swings and fouls it away. Stays an 0-2 count. Well, Sandoval, Gassman. Well, I guess Sandoval struck out in this inning. Gassman had the RBI single as a pitch just misses out on the 0-2. We'll go to a 1-2 count now for Robbins. Gassman had a double in the doubleheader they had against South Medford back on Saturday. Ball fouled off at the plate. It'll stay a 1-2 count. And Gassman, we've got 3 hits already here in this first inning, 2 singles and a double. Wasn't a lot of hits. Well, there was a good number of hits for North Medford against South Medford back on Saturday. Ball in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, Terrell Jacks, traces it down, holds the runner out at second. 2-2 count now as Stoffel trying to not let this first inning get too far away from him. Already 2 runs in on 3 hits. Got a pop out to second base and a strikeout for the 2 outs, looking for the final. The 2-2. Outside, and we'll go to a full count. Indians are going to have to get the offense going now, which We'll have to see how they do against Brandon King when he toes the rubber coming up. Full count pitch. Hit hard towards third. Picked up by Mandera. He'll fire across the diamond. Gets it to Jonathan Stone for the final out. So the Indians do get out of the first inning, but they give up 2 runs to North Medford. 2-0 your score as we go to the bottom of the first. Roseburg Indians coming up to hit. We'll run through their lineup when we return after this 60-second break here on 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Two 2-0 lead in favor of North Medford as we go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at your Supercut starting lineup for the Roseburg Indians as they come up to hit. Head coach Troy Thompson. We'll have Garrett Russell leading things off, playing in center field. Caden Johnson, the second baseman, hitting second. Doran Gillespie in left field will bat third, followed by Brody Black, the DH, hitting in the cleanup spot. Zach Mandera bats fifth, playing at third base. Cody Johnson, the shortstop, will hit sixth, followed by the seven-hitter Jonathan Stone at first base. The catcher Terrell Jacks batting eighth, and the right fielder Jet Black will bat ninth. First pitch from Brandon King, starter for the North Medford Black Tornado. He'll fire a breaking ball outside for ball one. And we are underway here in the bottom of the first. 2-0 lead for North Medford. Joey Kieran here with you as a strike called against Russell. Garrett Russell leading things off for the Roseburg Indians. Has a 6-game hit streak as he'll take a ball that bounces to the backstop for a 2-1 count. 6-game hit streak going, batting .341, leading things off for the Indians. He's ahead in the count against King, who misses upstairs for ball three. This season, Russell, 6 walks out of that leadoff spot. The 3-1 to him. And it is ball four. That was a borderline one there. I almost thought he was going to get called for strike two. But he spent his time standing in the box, taking off his protective gear, and then heads down to first, draws the leadoff walk. So the Indians get a man on, trailing 2-0. We'll run through the defensive alignment, look around the diamond for the Black Tornado here in a moment. As a throw over to first to check on Russell. He'll get back in safely. Caden Johnson hitting for the Indians, standing in with nobody out and one man on. King will fire over there again. Russell back in ahead of the tag. Joshua Robbins is behind the plate for North Medford here in today's ball game. Trevor Carrillo out at first. Ryan Klauk at second. It's another pickoff throw by King, checking on Russell. Quentin Rummery at short. Zach Collins at third. In the outfield from left to right, Ryan Sandoval, John O'Gassman, and Nick Samudio. First pitch here to Johnson. Catches the inside corner for strike one. Johnson had 4 hits in the doubleheader against Willamette on Saturday. Scored 3 runs and had 3 RBI. As another check over to first on Garrett Russell. Brandon King really focusing on that runner at first. The righty will come set. Delivers to the plate to Johnson. Gets underneath one out towards left field. Going back is Sandoval. He's on the run. He's not going to get to it. That one hops to the warning track. Dies. Russell headed to third. They're going to send him to the plate. He's heading towards home. It's cut out by the third baseman. Throw to the plate offline, and the Indians will score on a double by Caden Johnson. Hits it to the left field side. It had one hop to the warning track and died on the dirt. John O'Gassman, the first to get to it, fires back in, hits the cutoff man, Zach Collins, but his throw a bit offline to the plate, and no chance at a tag by Joshua Robbins, and Caden Johnson comes up with the RBI double, and the Indians cut the deficit down to 1. 2-1 is our score, and Roseburg back in this one here early. Nobody out still, and the first pitch for Doran Gillespie is a breaking ball called for strike 1. Had a well-struck ball there by Caden Johnson, one of the better ones he's hit this season. The 0-1 pitch for Gillespie, another breaking ball, and he fouls it off. They'll give him an 0-2 count. Caden Johnson, let's take a look at it here. That's his second double of the season and his 12th RBI to tie him with his brother Cody Johnson for the team lead. At the plate, Doran Gillespie, the 0-2 pitch, gets underneath this one. Shallow right field. Going in is Nick Samudio, and the right fielder will catch it, faking the run. Caden Johnson not going anywhere, and there's one out.
Next batter, the designated hitter, number 20.
One away. Still a man out in scoring position at second. The Indians trailing 2-1. Brody Black will stand in next. Brody this season has hit mainly as the DH in the cleanup spot. He's had some struggles with the bat in his hand as he takes a pitch high and inside for ball 1. Batting .211 this year. Does have 7 RBI, though, as he'll take a strike on the low outside corner for a 1-1. So he has come through with runners in scoring position when needed. He'll look to do so here. Out at second base, Caden Johnson. The 1-1 delivery from King. Breaking ball outside. It'll go to a 2-1 count. So the Indians attacking back after giving up 2 runs in the first inning to North Medford. North had 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no Roseburg errors. They left 1 man on base in that top half of the first as a called strike. Gets a little bit of a groan out of the home fans here. Evens things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. King looking for a payoff pitch, the 2-2. And he got Brody to swing after it. Throw down to first was low, but a nice job to get it in the leather for Carrillo at first base. Robbins' throw was low as he threw around Brody Black, who took off on the drop third strike and is out at first.
Next batter, the third baseman, number 13, Zach Bandera.
2 away now. And the Indians will look for a 2-out rally to try and score the runner to tie the game from second. Zach Mandera will hit. First pitch, he fouls it off the handle towards the first base dugout for the home or the visiting team. Mandera this season, mid-200s on his batting average. 6 RBI, looking to try and bring one in here. 2-1 our score. Bottom of the first inning, Roseburg and North Medford. 0-1, Mandera on a breaking ball out in front of it, swing and a miss for strike 2. Here at beautiful Legion Field in Roseburg, Oregon, sunshine overhead. A few clouds in the sky, but not a ton. Comfortable temperatures. The 0-2 is in the air, foul territory, first base side. That'll hit into the Cyclone fence. Giving chase was the first baseman Carrillo, but no chance of getting to that one before it hits the Cyclone. About 61 degrees here as we get this one underway today. The 0-2 pitch. Mandera gets underneath this one, pulls it high out towards left field, going back at the track, at the wall, and making the catch was Sandoval about 3 feet in front of that left field fence. Mandera got around on it, but it looked like he even got jammed a little bit He gets that on the barrel. Who knows what might happen, but he'll fly out to left field to finish off things in the first. Roseburg gets one back, and they trail 2-1. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors for North Medford. 1 man left on base. We'll head to the top of the second when we return on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Come back for the top of the second inning. Roseburg baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. 2-1 our score after 1. Leading things off, Trevor Carrillo, the first baseman, stands in, takes a first pitch strike from Jay Stoffel. Swinging, he'll foul one back now. He'll go to an 0-2 count. So the Roseburg Indians able to get 1 back on 1 hit. 3 hits in that first inning for North Medford. Swing and another foul back for Carrillo, the first baseman. Carrillo will stand back in. The 0-2 delivery coming up. Fouls another one back. Leading things off here in the second inning. It's the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up. 6 hitters to the plate in that first inning for North Medford. The 0-2 bounced outside. And able to lay off and let it go by. Carrillo will have the 1-2 count. North Medford wearing the white trousers, black tops, numbers in red on the back of the jerseys here today. All whites for the Roseburg Indians at home with the button-up tops. Line drive shot gets through the gap at short. And Carrillo will get on with a leadoff single. That is a second straight inning that North Medford will get on with a leadoff single. North will get a man on at first, nobody out.
Next batter, number 1, Zach Collins.
So 1 on, nobody out. Zach Collins, the third baseman, will hit next. A nice job, just sat on the off speed, pulled it left side between Mandera and Johnson at third and short. First pitch, it's a bunt attempt that goes into the backstop in the air and up on top of the roof, I believe, here behind home. It'll be a leadoff foul ball for a strike against Zach Collins. Zach Collins took a loss in Game 1 against South Medford back on Saturday. Playing at third base here today. The 0-1 to him, squaring to bunt again. It's bunted back to the mound. Caught by Stoffel. Throw to first, double play. Caught off the bag at first. Carrillo will get doubled up. And the Indians, with the bases empty, now 1 out away from getting out of the top of the second inning. Quick one there.
Number 16, Ryan Cloak.
Heads up play on the mound by Stoffel, who catches it and fires over to first for the double play. Ryan Clouk, the 9-hitter, will stand in. The second baseman swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 1. Fouls it back again, and he's quickly got an 0-2 count. The 0-2, he fouls back and he stays with the 0-2 count. The 0-2, swing and a miss, and there's strikeout number 2. It's a Good Vibration strikeout for Jay Stoffel. Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Well, that wasn't a 1-2-3 inning, but they get 3 up, 3 down. The Roseburg Indians keep it a 2-1 ball game as they come up to hit. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Through 1.5, North Medford in front by a run on CBS Sports Radio, 1490, The Score.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Bottom of the second inning, Cody Johnson will lead things off for the Roseburg Indians. He'll take the first pitch from Brandon King, low and outside for ball 1. Joey Keyran here with you. Today's game brought to you by Clint Newell Auto Groups. Swing and a miss out of Cody. Big cut at a pitch there. It'll even things up at a 1-1 count for him. Brandon King out of the windup. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, and Cody went chasing there. That probably was outside the strike zone, and he was way ahead of that. He went chasing after a pitch that probably looked like one he thought he could just get a piece of. The 1-2 pitch to him here. Fastball, he'll put it towards shortstop. Bobbled a bit there by Rumry. Throw to first. It's in the dirt. Picked up at first, but not in time. That'll be an error at shortstop by Rumry. Bobbled it, couldn't field it cleanly. Still got back to it and was able to throw to first and make it a close play, even though Carrillo at first was able to scoop it up off the turf. Didn't make the catch in time, and Johnson on safely. Cody Johnson coming in with a 4-game hit streak. That's not going to count to keep it going, but gets him on base. That's the game-tying run for the Roseburg Indians. 1 on, nobody out, and Jonathan Stone will hit next. Jonathan Stone comes in. Great season going for the number 7 hitter, the junior first baseman. He'll take outside for ball 1. This season, Jonathan Stone hitting a team-high 485, 10 RBI. Excuse me, actually, only 5 RBI. He's got 10 runs scored, but he leads the team. Well, actually, he doesn't anymore. I was going to say he leads the team. Actually, he does lead the team in hits. I was going to say, I'm looking at the singles column. He's tied now for singles as he picks up a single to left field. 13 singles on the season for Jonathan Stone. That ties him with Caden Johnson. Actually, Caden Johnson had a double earlier, so he's still got 12. I don't know what I'm talking about, folks, here. My stats are deceiving me. Nonetheless, it's been a great season to start out for Jonathan Stone. 485 coming in. He picks up hit number 17 on the season, and he's having a good start to his day. Stone now a 6-game hit streak with that one. He gets on at first. Up to second base goes Cody Johnson. Jonathan Stone at first, and batting will be Terrell Jacks. First and second, nobody out. Terrell squaring early to bunt. He'll pull it back, and he takes ball 1. Roseburg trying to even things up here. Trailing 2-1 against North Medford. Jacks will take low and outside for a 2-0 count. Terrell this season, 261, 8 RBI for him. Chance to try and move both runners into scoring position with a sack bunt here, which looks to be the tactic for head coach Troy Thompson down at third. Terrell still showing the bunt, the 2-0, and he'll take for strike one, which again gets a few jeers from the home crowd. Doesn't seem like a very windy day today here at Legion. Trees seem to be all pretty calm around the outfield fences. There's a 2-1 pitch again for Terrell. Takes in the dirt for a 3-1 count from Brandon King. Nobody out with runners at first and second. In on the infield grass is Carrillo, the first baseman. At third base, Zach Collins is playing in, but he's staying back to be able to protect third in case the bunt does come his direction. The 3-1, and Terrell is able to get a piece of it. I'm not sure if he fouled that one off of himself or not, but he does get a piece of it, and it'll go to a full count. Carrillo will take a few steps back, and now he'll get waved back by head coach Brett Wolf. Tell him to play back now with 2 strikes against Terrell. They're expecting he won't try to bunt again. Full count pitch from King. Terrell hits it. Weak ground ball, third base side. They'll go to third, try to get the lead runner, and out at third base will be Cody Johnson. Third baseman Zach Collins, all he had to do was step on the bag, and he went for the tag. Now Cody Johnson limping off the field, and he's not even going to make it to the dugout. He is just past the coach's box, and Julie Deaver will come out to check in, the athletic trainer. That could be big. I'm not sure. It could be an ankle, could be a knee, right side, and that is not a good sign for Cody Johnson. Cody will be thrown out at third. Jonathan Stone up to second. Terrell Jacks got on with the fielder's choice. Luke Van Norman will come in to run for him. First and second still 1 out, and a first pitch strike here against the 9-hitter Jet Black. Jet will take a swing, and he's quickly to an 0-2 hole as he misses. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Jet not happy about that one as he slams the bat and heads back to the dugout. 2 away now for the Roseburg Indians.
Top of the order now for the Indians. It'll be number 1.
So 2 down. Back to the top of the lineup. Still a 2-1 score here in the bottom of the second inning. North Medford leading Roseburg. The Indians with a chance here in the second, but haven't been able to capitalize yet. Garrett Russell in. He scored the only run for Roseburg so far. He'll take the first pitch for ball 1. The 1-0 for Russell. Ground ball up the middle. That'll get through into center field. They're sending Stone around third. He's headed to the plate. The throw is all the way to the plate, but not in time. And an RBI single for Garrett Russell will tie us up at 2. A 2-out single by Garrett. And the Indians come through with the clutch hit here in the second inning. All knotted up at 2 apiece now. Runner still at first and second with 2 out. Big hit there for Russell. Extends his hitting streak now to 7 games. That's a team high. And for Garrett, that is RBI number 4 on the season. First pitch, a called strike now against Caden Johnson, who had the double back in the first inning to score a run. He'll have the 0-1 count. Swings here, this one high in the air to right field. Nick Samudio underneath it for the final out. Now the Roseburg Indians get one, and they tie the game up. It's a 2-2 ball game as we head to the top of the third inning. Roseburg and North Medford all squared up on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer, and you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyze and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Starting off the top of the third inning now for North Medford, it'll be number 3, Quentin Rumry.
Back for the top of the third inning. The Roseburg Indians tied up, 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error for North Medford there in the bottom of the second. 2-2 ball game. Top of the third, leading things off. The top of the lineup for North Medford, Quentin Rumry will stand in. The first pitch, a called strike for him. The 0-1 is high and away. One delivery coming up for the leadoff man. Breaking ball from Jay Stoffel. Make it a 2-1 count. Quentin Rumry led off the game with a single up the middle against Jay Stoffel. Then he stole second. Then he later stole third, and he scored on a single by John O'Gassman with 2 outs to get the scoring started today. Fastball strike called on the inside corner. Evens it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two delivery. Strike 3 called. Rumry will go down looking on the breaking ball. Third strikeout of the game for Jay Stoffel, and it's another good vibrations strikeout here today for the Indians. 1 down, nobody on. Brandon King will stand in. The pitcher flew out to second base, his first time up. First pitch, fastball in for a strike. Just watch that one go by. Swings and fouls this one first base side, out of play. So makes it a quick 0-2 count here against the 2-hitter. Stoffel trying to pick up some momentum, allowed the 2 runs in the first inning, but nothing since. Ball sharply hit first base side, foul. Stays an 0-2 count, that one going past one of the assistant coaches in that first base batter's box. 0-2 pitch again for Stoffel with nobody on, 1 away. Ground ball towards short, charging in. Johnson will throw across, and he'll get it there in time. Cody, that's good to see. I did not think about whether or not he had come back in the game.
Next batter, number 8, Ryan Sandoval.
After getting injured, trying to get to third there in the bottom of the second inning. Now, we may have our video stream interrupted for some reason. We'll try and check that out for those that might be trying to watch online. I'll give it a look as a ball popped up in the air, and this one's going to get up and out of play into the grandstands behind us. So first pitch foul ball for Ryan Sandoval, gives him the 0-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And Sandoval quickly 0-2. He struck out back in the first inning in his first at-bat against Stoffel. The big righty will wind and fire the 0-2 off the hands over towards the on-deck circle. Fouled away. It stays an 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball in the dirt, lets it go by, and it's a 1-2 count. One ball, 2 strikes here for Ryan Sandoval, the left fielder.